If you're a real Warriors fan living in the US, this video is for you. From coast to coast, America is buzzing after last night's game. Draymond Green just reminded the whole country why he runs the West. The NBA has never been short of controversy, but whenever Draymond Green is involved, the spotlight burns even brighter. Known for his fiery personality, his intensity, and his refusal to back down from anyone, Green has once again made headlines. This time, it revolves around a controversial play against Sacramento Kings star Domantas Sabonis that has fans, analysts, and even former players debating nonstop. For weeks, speculation has swirled. Fans dissected every replay, analysts broke down every angle, and social media turned into a battleground of opinions. Was it intentional? Was it reckless? Or was it just Draymond being Draymond, playing with the edge that has defined his career? Until now, Green remained silent, letting the noise grow louder and louder. But finally, Draymond Green has broken his silence, and what he had to say has reignited the conversation in ways nobody expected. The play itself happened in a moment of pure chaos. The Warriors and Kings, longtime rivals now locked in a tense battle, were trading blows in a heated game that felt more like the playoffs than a regular season matchup. Tempers were high, the energy in the arena was electric, and every possession mattered. Then came the sequence that changed everything. Sabonis went up for a rebound, Green tangled with him, and in a flash, it turned into a viral moment. The collision left Sabonis on the floor, clutching his body, while Green stood above him, visibly frustrated. The referees blew their whistles, players rushed in, and fans in the stands erupted in disbelief. Replays showed what many believed was unnecessary contact, some even calling it dirty. The Kings bench was furious, while Warriors fans defended their emotional leader. That's the duality of Draymond Green. To some, he's a competitor who pushes the boundaries of the game, a four-time champion whose intensity is the heartbeat of Golden State. To others, he's reckless, a player who crosses the line too often, putting opponents at risk and putting his team in danger of penalties. The play against Sabonis was no exception. It split the basketball world right down the middle. Now, after days of silence, Draymond has spoken out. In his podcast and in interviews, Green didn't hold back. He admitted the play was aggressive, but he refused to apologize for who he is on the court. In his words, "I play with passion. I play with fire. Sometimes people don't like it, but I'm not changing. That's who I am, and that's why I've won." Green defended himself by pointing out that physicality has always been part of the game, especially in heated rivalries like Warriors versus Kings. He reminded everyone that basketball is not meant to be soft. But he didn't stop there. Green also called out critics who, in his view, are quick to judge without understanding the full context. "It's funny," he said, "people want me to tone it down, but the same energy they criticize is the energy that helped bring 4 championships to Golden State. You can't have it both ways." For Green, the controversy is just another chapter in his career-long battle between being celebrated for his passion and criticized for his temper. Domantas Sabonis, for his part, kept things measured. The Kings star acknowledged the play was physical but chose not to escalate the feud publicly. "It's basketball," Sabonis said. "Things get heated. We move on." His calm response stood in stark contrast to the firestorm surrounding the incident, though insiders believe Sabonis was far more frustrated privately than his public comments suggested. The league office weighed in too, reviewing the play for potential fines or suspensions. While Green avoided the harshest penalties this time, the warning signs are clear. With his history of technical fouls and suspensions, every move he makes is magnified under a microscope. One misstep could cost him and the Warriors dearly in the playoff race. The fan reaction, however, tells the full story of just how polarizing Draymond Green has become. Warriors supporters rallied behind him, calling the backlash overblown and insisting that his edge is exactly what makes him great. Kings fans, on the other hand, accused him of being dirty and reckless, saying Sabonis was unfairly targeted. Neutral fans debated endlessly, turning the moment into one of the biggest talking points of the season. And through it all, Green remains unapologetic. That's what makes him who he is. That's why his teammates love him and his opponents hate him. That's why he's one of the most talked about players in the league, even when he's not scoring points or grabbing rebounds. Draymond Green doesn't just play basketball, he changes the narrative of the game itself. This controversial play against Domantas Sabonis will be remembered not just for the contact, but for what it represents. It's a reminder that the NBA is still a league of personalities, rivalries, and emotions. It's a reminder that players like Green, love them or hate them, make the game more dramatic, more entertaining, and more human. And with the playoffs on the horizon, one thing is certain: the story isn't over. As the Warriors push forward and the Kings continue to fight for their place in the Western Conference, all eyes will be on Draymond Green. Can he channel his fire into leadership without letting it boil over into controversy? Can he prove that passion and control can coexist? Or will another incident like this one derail the Warriors' chances? Only time will tell. But one thing is clear: when Draymond Green speaks, the basketball world listens. And that is exactly why this moment feels so pivotal. For years, Draymond has walked the tightrope between brilliance and chaos. On one side, he is a defensive genius, a vocal leader, and the emotional core of a dynasty that has delivered 4 NBA championships to Golden State. On the other side, he is the player who has been suspended in the finals, the one who has racked up technical fouls faster than anyone in his era, and the man whose reputation for crossing the line often overshadows his brilliance. This play against Sabonis wasn't just a single moment, it was another chapter in a career defined by high-stakes drama. Inside the Warriors' locker room, his teammates know the truth better than anyone. They understand that without Draymond's intensity, the Warriors are not the same team. Steph Curry may be the light, the one who dazzles with his shooting and inspires with his poise. But Draymond is the fire. He is the one who fuels the team when they're down, who speaks the hard truths no one else dares to say, and who brings the edge that often separates winning from losing. Yet that same fire is what sometimes burns the Warriors, leaving them vulnerable when his temper crosses the line. The NBA is watching closely, too. With his history, the league knows that Green is one play away from sparking another storm. Opposing teams know it as well. They poke at him, they bait him, and they test his patience, hoping to make him snap. And that's the challenge for Draymond. Can he outsmart the provocations? Can he be the enforcer without becoming the liability? The Kings incident has set the stage for what could be one of the defining stretches of his career. If Green can lead the Warriors past adversity, if he can balance passion with control, his legacy as one of the greatest defensive players and leaders of his generation will be undeniable. But if he slips again, if controversy overshadows performance, critics will only grow louder, and the Warriors' championship window may narrow faster than anyone expects. For now, Draymond Green stands at the crossroads of history. Loved and hated, celebrated and criticized, he remains one of the most captivating figures in basketball. And as the season unfolds, the world waits to see whether his fire will ignite another championship run or burn the Warriors from within. And now that he's broken his silence, the debate over his legacy burns brighter than ever.